Burn the Witch was spectacular. I need more of it. Welcome back to my channel, guys, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Burn the Witch. For a 3-episode series, or a little movie series of Burn the Witch. I think the novel only ran for about 5 chapters, and it's kind of just like a throwaway or a short novel of Burn the Witch, which was a work done by Tite Kubo, who's also the author of Bleach, if you guys didn't know. I just love it. Like, what is there not to like about Burn the Witch? One of the things that really caught my eye on Burn the Witch is, it's being done by Tite Kubo, and it's also kind of a spin-off of Bleach. Burn the Witch is kind of set in London, and it's basically the kind of the world of Bleach, but you just replace it with fucking dragons. Like, what is there not to like about that depiction of this, spin-off world of Bleach? And, the reason why I kind of connected to it right away is because I kind of like this fantasy story of dragons and basically the magic as well, which is kind of like, the Kaido in Bleach. It's kind of like that, where they say, a couple of words like magic 75, Gatling gun, or, something like that. And I just really fell in love with the story as soon as the first episode. Some of the things that they do really well in this adaptation is that they kind of set the ground. They kind of set the ground and the characters and the story, the plot of what's going on. They kind of set, the backstory of Noelle and the backstory of Nini very well. At the beginning of the episode, we kind of know the ambitions of Noelle. We know the ambitions of Noelle, why they're both in Windbind, why they're witches, what are they trying to achieve. We all know that basically in the first episode. It just has such good storytelling. It's such a short packed series. The dynamic between Nini and Noelle go really well together, since Noelle is kind of a sarcastic, dry humor kind of person, and Nini is like a very yandere type of person that's very outgoing and extroverted. Those two personalities kind of they're very opposite of each other, so that it really leads to like a really good relationship, a dynamic that the main plot can go off of. So when you have two strong characters like that, example that pops to my mind is like Gon and Killua from Hunter x Hunter. And these people are like the exact opposites of each other, but they find one thing they have in common, and they just come together and have a really interesting dynamic. And that's kind of what I like about Noelle and Nini, and they just do it really well, and they depict it really well in the adaptation. They're basically through a little relationship that they have, and something that just took my breath away. I was like, wow, this world could be like crazy. Is when we got introduced to Bruno, the leader of the Inks, I think. And when he showed up, I was like, yo. When he showed up in the anime, I was like, yo, you already know this guy is gonna destroy some shit. He's gonna go up there and just fucking make some chaos. And I mean, he did what he did. I feel like Bruno is kind of like the power scaling of Burn the Witch. It's kind of showing you what the top of the top basically look like. I don't think he's at the top of the top, but he has an organization, Inks, and it's kind of like a parallel to the captains back in Bleach. Like, he's basically a captain of his own squad. They're trying to go around Windbind to capture this dragonclad who's attracting dark dragons, and he's doing nefarious things like they did in the Soul Society arc in Bleach. And then also we have the Elder Dragons. Elder Dragons are basically like the villains of this story. And Elder Dragons are basically like mystical creatures, like they're very rare. When I first saw that, I was like, hey, aren't these like the Minos Grande, basically, from those hollows that have devoured so many souls that they're on like planetary level, and it just destroys stuff out of the whack. Yeah, it's basically like the Minos Grandes in Hueco Mundo. And I was like, wait, let's do some theory crafting here. So if the evil elder dragons, like if they found some, you know, way to refine their power, because you know the elder dragon Cinderella and this one, it was just freaking flapping its wings and just destroying half of the city. You know, kind of try to refine that power. Like let's say it took off the crown or something, or you know it broke one of the crowns, or like could revert into like a lesser type of size, but with like more refined power, kind of like we saw with the espadas. You know, I'm not saying it has to turn into a human, but maybe it turns into like a smaller dragon that has like compact power of an espada instead of a menos grande. That would be crazy. I would really want to see, you know, an interesting dynamic like that. If he continues it maybe later on the line, and that's why I'm saying I want more, is because with this series spin-off, there's so many things that you can be thinking about, like who are the people, who are the top people in Windbind, who's the leader of the Windbind, who are the Sabers, like if Bruno wasn't even part of the Sabers, he was part of the Inks. So if he's not like, you know, the special ops of Windbind, then who is? And what kind of powers do they have? Do all people with Windbind have dragons or dragon riders, or do they have different type of powers? And it's just, you know, it gets you really thinking about the world of Windbind and the reverse London, and how these other people do go about their daily tasks, or go about, you know, killing dark dragons or elder dragons. And that's why I really like this spin-off, because it's just opens up to so many possibilities, and it just leaves you wondering, and it keeps on wanting you having more. And I think that's the real reason why Tite Kubo released this, is because he knows what he's doing and he wants you to get, you know, interested in his other works, because I think he's a little bit tired of Bleach. I don't think he wants to continue Bleach. I think he wants to work on other projects. So I think that's why he wanted to release this and just get his mind off of Bleach for a second. But if you guys like this video, go ahead and like it and leave some comments down below. What do you guys think about Burn the Witch? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Go.